Today we're going to be taking a look at the W13 by Redroad. This is a wet dry vacuum cleaner. So basically not only does it vacuum your floor with extreme suction, but it will actually mop your floor at the exact same time. It does have a smart auto 3-gear adjustment, and it does have a self-cleaning function as well. Now the W13 does use a dual tank system, so it does have its own tank for the clean water and the own tank for the contaminated water, the dirty water, the sewage water if you will. The clean water tank is 700 mils and the sewage water is 900 mils. So a dual tank system does mean that there's no chance of contamination of the clean water. You're always going to be using the clean water to clean, and all the contaminated water, the sewage water, is always going to be in that second tank. And that way you can clean your whole house with no fear of contaminating, of using that dirty recycled water. You're constantly going to be using new fresh water. So W13 does have a self-cleaning function like I mentioned. We're going to test that out today. And it also has a self-drying function for the brushes in the mop. So let's get this open, let's see what comes in the box, get it assembled quickly, and then let's do some tests and see how powerful the W13 actually is. Just quickly, I'm going to show you what comes in the box real fast as it comes out. So you have the instruction manual, a spare roller mop, you have a cleaning brush, measuring cup, a HEPA filter, and of course components for your base. Here's the rest of that base. Of course, we gotta plug that in. We'll get into that and test it all out. This is the spare roller mop, a handle, and of course the main vacuum system right here. Let's get it assembled.
Start charging.
So of course when I'm testing vacuum cleaners wet and dry, I want to see the functions actually working. So I'm going to lay down some kind of bigger stuff for it to really see how the suction works with this vacuum cleaner. And then I'm going to get into some wet products. But one of the really great things about the W13 is that it will actually vacuum and mop simultaneously. So it will actually suction up the dirt and grime, and then it will actually mop the floor behind it. So right now what I'm going to do is get into vacuum mode. I'm going to put some larger stuff down and actually see how good that suction is. Then I'm going to get into that vacuum and mop mode, and I'm going to have that down again. Then we're going to test out some stains, so let's get into it. So I've made a little bit of mess here. We have rice, we have oats, we have breakfast cereal and coffee. So this is a whole mixture of different textures and sizes. So this will really give us a good gauge of how good the suction is on the W13. So as you can see, the W13 really had no trouble with that at all. And like I said, there was a mixture of textures in there. There was rice, there was oats, there was breakfast cereal and coffee. It got from the smallest grains all the way up to the biggest ones. It's kind of like it has this force that pulls the vacuum cleaner forward because that suction is so strong, which is a huge positive thing. If you have high traffic area, if you have kids, dogs, all that type of stuff, then the suction of this vacuum is gonna change your life for the positive. The way it just picked up everything was, yeah, incredible. So I'm now going to empty that tank back out onto the floor. So we're using the exact same textures and sizes and all that type of stuff. I'm going to put some water into the tank, and then we're going to do the same thing again, but I'm going to put the mopping feature on as well, just to see how it vacuums and mops together. So at first I was wondering how this was all going to go with the liquid and the solids in the same tank, but they're really clever design. If you can see here, they actually have something that will hold up all the solids on top and then the liquids underneath. So should be when I take this off, just by pulling this here, it lifts up all your dry solid stuff. They can shake the water off. And scoop into your trash. And then you can just empty the liquid down your drain. So next up, I've accidentally spilled some ketchup on the floor and let it dry so we can actually see how it manages with stains and stubborn kind of grit on the ground with that mopping function. Because honestly, if the mop's not going to clean it up, what's the point in having it? I believe that the W13 is made exactly for this, to get in there and release those stubborn stains and actually get them up, vacuum them up, and then mop them up. So let's test it.
Power off. Return device to charging station. Running self-clean mode.
So let's talk about the W13 really quickly and actually break down the benefits of this all-in-one system. So as we just saw, it does pick up all different size textures as far as crumbs all the way up to cereal, and it picked it up with ease. It's got really strong suction. A lot of battery operated vacuums just don't have that type of power. And the fact that it just sucked up that demonstration with ease was incredible. And then of course I tested it with the stubborn stain. And yes, I did have to go over it a few times, but that is how picking up stains works. You have to re-moisten the stain and then lift it up out of the ground and then get sucked up. I of course tested it with the white towel, and as you can see, there was just nothing left, which was really, really impressive. So what that actually means is you just need one machine that can do 3 jobs. Instead of having a closet full of mops and brooms and vacuums and everything just shoved in there, it means you could just have this one pretty neat and self-contained system that just does everything for you. Then of course the fact it self-cleans itself. Just with the button up top here, you press that when you return it and it goes through the cycle. It cleans the mop, it dries the mop, and of course it goes into this second tank, which is going to allow 0 contamination in your clean water when you're mopping. Another thing with the battery is the fact it is actually removable. It can be taken out, so technically you could get a spare one, have those charging, and you can just switch them out on the fly if you have a larger house. Personally, I've had a great experience with it. Just being able to see how powerful this actually is, and the fact that it picks up those stubborn stains and the chunky grains when it comes to vacuuming as well. It really is an all-in-one solution for keeping your house clean and sanitary. So if you are interested in the W13 from Redroad today, we are going to put a link in the description. Do head over there and grab it for yourself. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and comment below. And of course, subscribe for more great reviews like this. I'll see you in the next one.